بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قسم اللغة الانكليزية، المرحلة الرابعة، الأستاذ محمد حسين البدري. Today we have the vocative. First we should know what is vocative. A vocative is a nominal element added to a sentence or clause optionally, denoting the one or more people to whom it is addressed, and signaling the fact that it addressed to them. So this is the definition of vocative. Here we have some examples of vocative in initial position and in the middle of the sentence, and in final position as well. John, I want you. So this is vocative. John here is vocative. You see here the intonation, the tone, fall, rise. John, I want you. It is a lovely day, Mrs. Johnson. It is a lovely day, Mrs. Johnson. Johnson is here, this final position, as we all see, vocative. You, my friend, will have to work harder. These three sentences showed how a vocative may take an initial, medial, or final position in the sentence. In its optionality and freedom of position, it is more like an adverbial than any other element of clause structure. Okay, so vocative is similar to adverbs. How vocative is similar to adverb in its position and optionality. You know that adverb is optional. General speaking, when we say it is optional, you can delete it, and you know the position of adverb. Some adverbs come at the beginning, in the middle, and final position. Here is the same thing with vocative. Come to intentionally. It means the intonation, intonationally. Tone of vocative. The vocative is set off from the rest of the clause, either by constituting a separate tone unit or by forming the post-nuclear part of a tone unit. The most characteristic intonations are shown above. Fall, rise, okay, at the beginning. For initial vocative, we have what? Fall, rise, rise for a medial or final vocative. Okay, this is shown in when we write. Okay, but of course in spoken language we try to show it when we produce the words. When we say the words, we have to use fall, rise, and rise. We come to a form and form vocative maybe. Here we have 5 points. Single name maybe. يعني what form does vocative take? A single name, with or without title. John, for example, Mrs. Johnson, Dr. Smith. The personal pronoun you. The personal pronoun you. Markedly impolite. Usually it's impolite. Behave yourself. You. Or indefinite pronoun. Give me a pen. Somebody. You see here? Standard ablatives, usually nouns without pre or post modification, not even the possessive pronoun. Then we have family, relationships, mother, father, uncle, mommy, daddy, auntie. Endearments like my darling, dear, honey, love, title of respect, sir, madam, etc. Markers of profession or status, doctor, Mr., madam, chairman, president. A nominal clause, very occasionally, whoever said that, come out here. Items under 1, 2, 3 above, with the addition of modifiers or appositive elements of various kinds. For example, can say, my dear Mrs. John, young John, okay, you with the red hair. Now you with the red hair. You over there. Usually they are impolite, informal, but not impolite, of course. For example, when you talk with your friends, say, you boys, you guys, you guys, you boys. Old man, fellow, young man, woman. You see, this is the form. When obvious function of vocatives, here the function. What is the function of vocative? Okay, why do we use vocative? This is what we mean by a function. The purpose behind using vocative in English is to seek the attention of the personal address, the person you are addressing. You want to seek attention, and especially to single him out from others who may be within hearing. Okay, this is number one. Very easy. Second function, less obvious but certainly no less important, is so the second is what is it is to express the attitude of the speaker. The attitude of the speaker toward the addressee. Okay, is to express the attitude of the addresser toward the addressee. The speaker or the addresser toward the addressee. The attitude. Vocatives are generally used as a positive mark of attitude. Positive. To signal either respectful distance. Okay, to signal either respectful distance or familiarity, varying from mild friendness to intimacy. Okay, this is the function of vocative. Come to negation. What's negation? We're going to talk about negation in detail. The negation of simple sentence is accomplished by inserting not or an apostrophe to between the operator and the prediction. We are familiar with this. We know how to negate a sentence. Here you have some sentences and how these sentences are negated. Okay, use not. We may not. We may not. He is not. You see here? With these sentences, the same thing here. He sees me. How can you negate it? He or she doesn't see me. They understood, they didn't understand. Okay? And you know, when you use does not, did not, you have to put what? Infinitive verb with no addition. Sentences with lexical be, okay, the same thing. She is teacher, she is not a teacher. Do, for example, here the same. He has enough money. How to negate it? He has enough money. You can say he doesn't have enough money, or he hasn't got enough money. So this is negation. Abbreviated negation. How to abbreviate? For example, he is not coming. He isn't coming. He isn't coming. He is not coming. Or we aren't ready. We're not ready. We're not ready. How you are used to use any sentence? Okay, you usually when you speak you say he isn't coming or he is not coming. Okay, both of them are right. But here there is no contracted form of I'm not coming has no alternative. I'm not coming. You see here? You have to read this note. It's here very easy. We come to very important point, non-assertive forms. Non-assertive forms, there are numerous, huge items that do not naturally occur outside negative, interrogative, and conditional clauses. You see, there are numerous items that do not naturally occur outside negative, interrogative, and conditional clauses. For example, we haven't seen any soldiers. This is non-assertive. any, non-assertive. It's wrong to say we have seen any. You cannot say any here. Why? You cannot say. Why? You cannot say why it is wrong. We have seen any soldiers. Why is sentence wrong? Why you cannot use any in this sentence? Because we say negative, interrogative, conditional. Sentence is what? It's what? It is not negative, positive, affirmative. So it's wrong. Okay? These items, which may be determiners, pronouns, adverbs, are non-assertive forms. Here we have some examples. For example, when you say we've had some lunch, for example, we haven't had any. You see, negative or non-assertive form. I was speaking to someone. Affirmative. Someone هنا assertive form. I wasn't speaking to anyone. Non-assertive. I saw him somewhere. I didn't see him anywhere. You see, you have to use assertive form with positive or affirmative sentence, but non-assertive form with negative, question, okay, conditional, etc. You have to read these sentences. Very important. He saw one or other of them. He didn't see either of them. You see here? In several of the negative sentences, the negative particle and the non-assertive form can combine to produce a negative form. You can say ever, never. You can combine. Okay? Or can be replaced by a negative form. He hadn't anything, or he had nothing. Note, very important. Non-assertive forms cannot normally be subject in a negative sentence. Cannot be. For example, John didn't see anyone. You can say no one, okay? No one was seen by John, but anyone wasn't seen by John is wrong. Why wrong here? Anyone. Because why? Non-assertive form. Anyone is non-assertive form. Cannot be subject. You see? Negative intensification. How to intensify negative? There are various ways of giving motive intensification to negative. For example, by any means and informally, a bit, are more common alternative to at all as non-assertive expressions of extent. Negative determiners and pronouns are given emphasis by at all, whatever. For example, I found nothing at all the matter with him. You have no excuse, whatever. Never is repeated for emphasis or else combined with intensifying phrase such as all his life, all her life. I'll never go there again. I will never tell him. Okay, this is to intensify for emphasis. When you want to emphasize something, you can just repeat. I really love you. So this is to emphasize something, okay? I've never in all my life seen such a crowd. I've never in all my life seen such a crowd. The combinations not one and not a single are emphatic alternative to no as determined with account now. Alternative negative elements. Instead of the verb, another element may be negated. Okay? We usually know how to negate, or we are familiar with the negation of the verbs. It is not only the verb which can be negated, other elements, other items can be negated. Like what? For example, an honest man may not lie. Here we have verb is negated. But here, no honest man would lie. No honest man would lie. Here it is what? The first element is negated. Non-honest man, subject. I didn't see any birds. Here see is what? Negated. Verb. When negation, we will talk about scope of negation from the beginning till the end. But here, I saw no birds. I saw no birds. Here, not negation. There is no negation here. I saw. It's okay. No birds. I saw no birds. Like when you say, I don't have any idea, or I have no idea. So negated what? Birds is negated here as a word. The scope of negation, 740. We will talk about this next lecture. 740 is however frequently different, so that many people didn't come. Say, let's. You have to see. Do we have here a difference between these sentences? I didn't see any birds. I saw no birds. Check them. Here we have this example. Many people didn't come. Doesn't mean the same as not many people came. Few people came here. When negative adjuncts are made initial, there is an inversion of subject and operator. Okay? I will never make that mistake again. Never again. Never again I will make that mistake. When negative adjuncts are made initial. See here, initial. There is inversion of subject and operator. We invert will I. So inversion. Put will at the beginning before I. We will talk about this. More than one non-assertive form. If a clause contains a negative element, it is usually negative from the point onward. This means that non-assertive forms must normally be used in place of every assertive form that would have occurred in corresponding positive clause. I've never traveled anywhere by air yet. You see here? Anywhere yet. All these non-assertive. I haven't. Because we have here not. Because we have never. This is negative element. So the rest of the sentence should be what? Should have what? Should have non-assertive forms. I haven't ever been on any of the big liners either. You see here? No one has ever anything to either. You see? Cannot say no one has ever said something. Not many of the refugees have anywhere. Cannot say somewhere, anywhere to live yet. You see? The rest of the sentence. The non-assertive forms even occur in positive subordinate clauses following a negative in the main clause. Nobody has promised that any of you will be released yet. That wouldn't deter anyone who had any courage. Assertive forms, however, are equally likely in such cases, and more generally, assertive forms do occur following a negative, so long as they fall outside the scope of negation. We will talk about it on 740. Here we have very important note. Occasionally two negatives occur in the same clause. Sometimes we can say I can't not obey. You see, this is something strange. Here we have two negatives. So when we have in a sentence two negatives, when we say I cannot not obey, it means what? I have to obey. It's positive. So negative, positive. Negative plus negative is what? Positive. Negative, positive. I cannot not obey. It is not impossible. It is not impossible. I cannot not obey. Not many people have nowhere to live. You see here? No one has nothing to offer to society. No one has nothing to offer to society. It means everyone has something to offer to society. Here we have multiple negation. Of course, more than one negation. One, no one, never, said nothing. So we have three. So negative, positive. Negative, positive. Positive, negative. You see here? Just like a mathematical rule. Negative, positive. So this is what here, two negative. Okay, twice. Here, multiple negation, three. So, negative with negative, positive. Positive with negative. So when you say no one never said nothing, it means no one ever said anything. The last point, we talked about this. seldom, rarely, etc. There are several words which are negative in meaning, okay, in meaning, but not in appearance. In meaning, they are what? They are negative, not in appearance. For example, these words seldom, rarely, scarcely, hardly, barely, little, and few, in contrast to the positive little and few only. They have the following similarities to the ordinary negative forms. How they are similar? They are followed by non-assertive form rather than assertive. You see, they are what you see very important. They are followed by non-assertive rather than assertive forms. I seldom get any sleep. Why we have any? There is no no. Okay, okay, we don't have not here in the sentence. Yes, but these words they are negative. Okay, the meaning negative. I seldom get any sleep. Okay, I've spoken to hardly anyone who disagrees with me, etc. When in a pre-subject position, some of them can cause subject operator. They sometimes what they cause subject operator inversion, and this is very good style. When you write in your style, the style is very good. Rarely does a crime pay so well as Mr. Jones seems to think. Scarcely ever. Little need I dwell upon the joy of that reunion. Okay? Little need I dwell. Okay? The inversion, as before, is literary or rhetorical in tone. You see? Rarely does a crime pay. Rarely does a crime pay. Yeah, what is the origin of the sentence? What do you think? Rarely does a crime pay so well. Rarely does a crime pay so well. Okay? Yes, I'll give you 10 seconds to solve it. Good. Crime rarely pays. Crime rarely pays. You see here? Crime rarely pays so well as Mr. Jones. But when we can have this style, see? This inversion. Rarely does crime. They are followed by positive rather than negative. She scarcely seems to care. Does she? See here, she scarcely does she seem to care. In addition, there are verbs, adjectives or prepositions with negative meaning that take non-assertive forms. You see here, we have also what? Verbs and adjectives. He denies I ever taught him. I forgot to ask for any change, unaware of any hostility, without any delay, against any changes. Okay? This is vocative, non-assertive forms, negation. Okay? Next lecture, I'm going to talk about scope of negation. Okay? So if you have any question, any comment, you can ask. Thank you so much and see you next week, inshallah.